Welcome back to What Arty Nibs with General Disturbance, and this is a Fifi, the 105 Le FH 18B2 French Tier 5 Premium SPG, and we're on the North Spawn of Swamp. Now this particular one is under the command of Witty 3000, and he's a member of What Arty, our sister page on Facebook. And he's got a mark of excellence on the barrel, shows he's a competent player. And he's wearing the camo clothes, not the Fifi Le Pew Pew colours. And it looks like he's going to head to the usual firing position. Much closer to the night house. In fact, actually it's nearer to the water. Okay. And he's extending his aim. Now obviously he's scrolling out his aim, not using right hand mouse button to click to the target straight away. But you could see that reticule tightened very quickly, so obviously he's a very accomplished player with a good crew skills. Because that crew really did tighten that reticule. Look at the way it's aiming in very, very quickly. Very quickly. So he's going to get the shells on the target as soon as he can. Rounds out. I think that, yeah, that shell went over the Panzer 3J. And we can see the ELC's coming up. Rounds out. Direct hit this time, and it kills the Panzer 3J. Wipes him out. Only 30 hit points, but that's all he needs to do. Because the looks and the ELC had actually managed to do most of the work. Okay, we've got a KV-1. He's making his way over the pass, but in order to get the reticule dialed in, he's going to have to aim ahead of it and then do a leading shot onto him. Now he's fired. Now I don't know if that's on time. No, I think it was just slightly out. I think it was slightly ahead of the target. Okay, he's scrolling over the entire battlefield, trying to look for a target. That KV-1 will be coming up shortly to the looks, so I think they're going to see him. And that will enable Witty 1300, it wasn't 3000, Witty 1300, to get shots on them. No. Now we've got some enemy over the other side. Now he's turned his vehicle around. T28 and the T80. He's dialing in on the T28 first. Oh, no, that missed. I think that hit the rock. We've got the other RT firing as well. That's why we might get a bit of confusion here. No, he's still hitting a rock. There's a rock just behind it. There it is. Yep. And actually, no, he hit the ground next to the T28, but he didn't do any damage to it. But he's tightened in now to make it easier to see. And the enemy has appeared up near the castle. And the ELC is still in the castle grounds. Now that KV-1's trying to get round the back of that ELC. And he will succeed in doing that if the ELC's not careful. Yep, he's receiving fire from that KV-1. There's nothing that Witty can do in this moment. And they've lost the ELC. But there's the enemy arty. It's a gorilla. He's dialing in. It's a stationary target. It's just fired. But I doubt if he's going to move. And that's a kill shot. 240 hit points. One shot. He's out the game. Big mistake. Should have moved. Moment he was fired. Moment he was seen. And that's a direct hit. 114 hit points. One critical hit. And they're losing a lot of members of their team. They've lost a Panzer 4D and an M3 Lee from Witty's team. So this is very bad news. He fires around in there at the Matilda, but no joy. Now, the enemy over in the east has appeared to be dealt with for the moment. There is still some out there. But there's that KV-1 coming down from the castle, and he's just taken out a DW2. Rounds out. And that's on his rear. 31 hit points, one critical hit. I doubt if that critical hit was a track, because it might have just damaged the track. Now he got 158 into that Type 95. That was a good shot. They're relatively easy to hit, those Japanese heavies. And another big hit, 180 hit points. The reason is they're so slow, you see, so it's a lot easier to judge exactly where you need to put the shell to make the most damage. Okay, we've got Grant. That's the British version of the M3 Lee. And he's backing away. but it's not going to help him because he's now out the game, and I believe that's a one-shot kill as well. But the Chi-Hi actually takes out the Hetzer. Now, this KV-1, he's getting closer and closer. Knocked a tree down. Tells us where he is, but Whitty's not going to fire just yet because he's not certain exactly where it is. There's no eyes on him at the moment, and that KV-1 may be seen very shortly. There he is, because the Fifi has actually got a view range of 390 meters, so he's going to see that KV-1 before the KV-1 sees him. Now he's lining him up for an accurate shot round out, and that's a good hit. 99 hit points. He's pulling back. He's got the tree between him and the KV-1, but he doesn't want to go too far into the water, because once his gun's over that rise, it'll be difficult for him to get shots on that KV-1. Okay, he's trying to dial in, but he can't see the KV-1 because the tree's in the way. But he's bound to be a lot closer than that now. You're looking at shotgun range now, almost. He needs the Matilda and the AMX 105 to see it as well. But there's a Chi-Hi turned up relatively close. I'm not sure he wants to turn because that KV-1 is going to be a dangerous target. There's the KV-1. Okay, dialing in. You can see him, and the KV-1 is trying to shoot at the Matilda. Round out, and that's a hit. 136. You can get another shot in. Fifi loads very quickly, rounds out, and another hit. 37. And I'm sure that KV-1 is firing blind because he can't see through the bushes. And another rounds out, and that's another direct hit. And I'm sure that KV-1's still there. And he kills him. He gets him this time. Now he can change to the Chi-Hi. And he's so close. He should be able to devastate this tank with one shot. Oh, easily now, because it's well less than... and that's a lovely kill shot there. 72 hit points. He was well lower than the standard alpha damage of that shell. So he was obviously going to go. Right, T80, 298. You can probably do some two shots. Yep, 139. Just needs to put another one in. Round out. No, he's not there. He's pulled away. Right, there's a Matilda turned up in that middle gap. Now, can the other Matilda spot for us? I hope he can. Yes, there he is. There he is. There he is. Good, he's seen it. The other Matilda's putting fire in. Now, can he put the fire onto that Matilda? It's going to be a difficult job because it's in an awkward position. Okay, he's trying to get the red line directly on the Matilda. Fire round out. No, it goes long. Shooting over the rise now. When you've got a ridge line that it bends down like that, it's very difficult to get the shell. Oh, he got him! The Matilda came up the rise and went right into the path of the shell. So he picked up the kill, a blind kill there. Now, if only that Matilda can find the other tanks, it looks like Whitty's going to have to move from the position. He's got his top gun now. 6 kills. Now, he'll need to move out because that otherwise the rock face to his left is going to reduce his field of fire and prevent him from actually putting shells onto some of the targets. Plus, of course, the further he moves away from the cap, the more easy it is for him to lay fire down on the cap if the enemy does come up this way. Okay, that T-80's in a drop, but the Matilda gets him. Okay, there's another target. Chaffee tank. It's in the pass on the eastern side. But the tank that was spotting him, the Su-85, has been taken out. So we're going to lose sight of the Chaffee, and we're going to lose sight of that Stug very shortly. Now he fires a shell in where he thinks the Stug was going to be. But as you can see, that rock face is very much in the way. We know the Chaffee and the Stug are on that side of the map. And the question is, does he want to go over there, knowing that's the truth, that the Chaffee and the Stug are there? The Stug's not going to move away and come to the west to come up. He's going to keep moving almost in a straight line up because he's very slow. The Chaffee, though, could actually change direction and come around the other side. But I doubt that's going to happen either. I think the Chaffee he's asking the Matilda to stop and hide in a bush, and that's good sense, because then the Matilda can spot for him. Matilda hasn't got a good view range, but if he's in a bush, and he's acknowledging he's going to do that, but if he stays in the bush, he should be able to see the enemy and allow Witty to put shells into them. Now, there are only 3 enemy left. One of them's an arty, it's a birch gun. One's a Chaffee, and one's a Stug. The most dangerous of those 3 is the Stug. The Chaffee can move about fast. The birch gun is fairly slow, but it has got a huge amount of firepower because it can keep firing its gun repeatedly, very, very quickly. Okay, there's the Stug. And he's on low health, but you've got a red line, and I did say about this, the cliff face is going to be in the way, and now he's got a red line. Now hopefully the Stug's not going to see him, but that AMX is in a lot of trouble, so he needs to get out of there. He needs to move west quickly, the AMX. But we've lost sight of the Stug. I think the Stug is being stealthy. There's the Chaffee. Okay, he's fast moving, but he's stopped for a second. And he's backing up, so he's slow while he's backing up. Round out. And that's a hit. 128 hit points, 2 critical hits. I think it's tracked him. Dial in and fire. Rounds out. And that's another hit. 160 hit points. Will it be enough? Dial in and fire again. Rounds out. Kill shot. Oh, that's brilliant. That's made it much easier. Now there's the Stug, and the Stug knows where the Matilda is. Oh, that's a kill shot. 29 hit points. And that's beautiful, because now it means the only enemy we've got remaining is the birch gun. And against a Fifi, an AMX and a Matilda, that birch gun is not going to be able to survive very long. As good as the birch gun is, and as rapid as it can fire or reload and fire, which is about the same speed as the Fifi, it's no match for a Fifi, no match at all. It hasn't got the view range of a Fifi. It's got about the same motility in terms of mobility, I should say. So it's going to be slow to get over to the cap, but it's not very stealthy. And the only good thing I can say about the Matilda, the birch gun, is it's got lots of shells. Oh, and there's the birch gun. Okay, now we can get a kill shot on him and end the game. Okay, he's lining him up for an RT round, or is he going to do it shotgun? He's going to do it shotgun. He fires, and there the birch gun shows that he can keep firing repeatedly, time and time again. But, yeah, going in for the shotgun kill. And Witty wins the game with 9 kills. That's Radley Walters. And I'm pretty sure he's got a high caliber as well. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Witty 1300 in the 105 Le FH 18B2. Excuse me. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He did 19 in that battle. And he picked up a Gauze medal for doing at least 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle in damage. And he picked up a Radley Walters for getting at least 8 kills. He got 9. He picked up a counter battery fire. He took out both the birch gun and the Grilla, which were both of the enemy arties. There was only 2 on the enemy team. And he picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, at least 20% of the enemy hit points. And lastly, he picked up a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. And we can see all the kills there. It's a huge number. Now, let's have a look at the team scores. Well, highest damage, 2,568 hit points. Highest number of kills, 9. And the highest base XP, 1,203, which is very satisfying. He fired 30 rounds, got 19 direct hits, 19 penetrations, and 7 splash. Did damage of 2,568 hit points, of which 1,877 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, 1 penetration, and that was from the KV-1. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle. He hit, and I think that was the birch gun. He hit 11 of the enemy, but killed 9 of them. And he did, on a premium count, he managed to receive 55,788 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 51,126 credits spare. he received 1,805 XP, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, and because Fifi is a premium vehicle, he got an extra 722 experience points, which brings his total to 4,332. So a very satisfying battle, a very quick Radleys in terms of the fact that I didn't actually spot how quickly he killed those last three enemies to rack up go from a Top Gun all the way to a Radley Walters Plus. So well done indeed, Witty 1300. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully your replay will be featuring in our next video.